We were going to go fishing today, weren't we, Reagan? Yes, we were. But the weather changed, and it was in the 80s and beautiful for a week, and now it's 40 and it was foggy. So I'm going to wait. So in the interim, what we're going to do is we're going to do some work on the outboard. Put some oil in the lower unit and get that going, and then we'll do a startup. Okay, I've spared everybody from having to see how we drain it. Screw up here. This is the vent screw. So we're gonna take this out. And then down here at the bottom is another screw. Oops. So we still have a little bit of stuff running out of there. What we're working on here is a 1973 Chrysler 70 horse outboard. It is a model 7070HF, I believe. Any of you guys that do any boating probably don't have a motor that's this old, or a boat that's this old. This boat I've had for 5 years. It's a 1976 Starcraft Super Sport 16 foot. We use it out on Lake Erie for perch and walleye. Show you the process here. What we're using today is I get this over at Walmart. It's just regular gear lubricant, 80 weight gear lube. And what we do to make it easy is I bought a pump, just a hand pump here, syringe from Napa a while back, and I'll show you how it works. When you pull your two screws, your fill hole is at the bottom, your vent hole is at the top. You always fill from the bottom, and that pushes any air out, as well as once it overflows, it'll also push any water out, because water always sits on top of the oil. When I drained it, there wasn't any. You'll get a little bit of condensation in there, but really, other than that, you shouldn't have any water. If you have water, don't fill it up with oil, with new oil. Get your seals replaced. These seals will go bad after a while. Don't progress any further if you, like I did a couple years ago. I pulled the plug and I had water just rushing out of it. You know, that's your first sign you got problems. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you put new rubber O-rings on, as these are, so you get a good watertight seal. Take a screw, put that up here in the top. So that way we get some more oil. Put that there and take that screw off at the top. There we go. Here it comes. I can hear it. Oh, there it goes. And we're just going to run it. Look at all that junk coming out of there. There we go. Get all that crap out of there. Outboard technology's come a long way since 1973, but we've got our distributor here with a greasable fitting. Take a look at this side. We've got our starter and our voltage regulator, all our wiring, and the red stripes makes it go faster. One of the things I like to use is Seafoam's Deep Creep. It's just Seafoam in a spray bottle. Okay, you never run a boat dry, ever. There's a impeller that we're talking about down here in the lower unit. Pumps water up to cool the engine. These engines are not air cooled, they are water cooled. You need to use earmuffs. Costs about $5. Very important. Sign, come to life. Baby. Well, it's a ton of smoke, but that's all from the Seafoam. Well, not all. A lot of it's two-stroke oil, obviously, but that's from Seafoam. So we're going to let it rest now. After I gave it a good spray inside each carb, we'll let it rest for 10-15 minutes and we'll fire it back up. Whew, she was not happy. Okay. I hooked up an electrical cord. I've got two batteries in here. One battery runs the navigational lights and the boat motor, and then there's another battery up front that runs my fish finder and dash lights, radio, CB radio, marine radio, than regular AM/FM radio. So I got two batteries, one that I could always count on to start the motor, and another one for auxiliary power. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some grease in those wheel bearings. Okay guys, that's basically what I do to get the boat running. Outside of putting in some fresh gas and some fresh two-stroke oil. Not too bad for a 1973 Chrysler, 70 horse. It was pretty rough go in the beginning. It definitely needs tune-up, but I think I'll show that. I'm either going to go have it professionally tuned. I've got a pretty good mechanic, so I think I might use him because he can get me the get that squared away. But other than that, fresh gas and some two-stroke oil, it's really all it needs. And I'm sure I'll put together a video coming up doing some fishing or something like that. Hopefully you guys like to see that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's it. Shout out going to Bill Gowdy. Go check out his channel. Was talking with him a while back and gave me the idea of doing a little boat readiness for spring. And I thought that was a pretty good idea for video. So take a trip over to Bill Gowdy. I'll put a link down there, and have yourself a great afternoon, guys. We'll see you.